6 managers who could be sacked at the end of the season. David Moyes. While the Sunderland manager appears almost unsackable, with a failing team on the pitch and his own off the pitch issues with saying he might slap a female reporter, but let's not talk about that, if Sunderland go down then the Black Cats board may decide to go with a different man in their pursuit of a return to the Premier League. While there doesn't appear to be an obvious man to take over at the Stadium of Light, most Sunderland fans would gladly see the back of Moyes. Walter Mazzarri. The Italian manager hasn't done a bad job at all in his first year at Watford, with the Hornets sitting in the top half despite many suggesting that they would be in a relegation battle. Despite doing so well, there's a sacking culture at Vicarage Road, just ask Quique Sanchez-Flores, who suffered the chop after a great season in the Premier League last year. There's a revolving door at Watford, and it seems to work somehow. Carlos Carvalhal. The Owls fans sing that Carlos had a dream, but it's a dream that could come to an end if Sheffield Wednesday fail to get into the playoffs this year. They were beaten in the final last year by Hull, and this time it looked like Carlos Carvalhal had the tools to go one step further. However, going into the final stages of the season, Wednesday are at risk of missing out on the top 6 altogether, and that could really kill Carlos's dream. Slaven Bilic. The Croatian has been under pressure all season as West Ham boss, and even received the dreaded vote of confidence recently, with the owners backing the manager despite a shocking first season at the Olympic Stadium. Bilic has had a magnitude of problems to deal with this year, and the recruitment has been nowhere near good enough, while players such as Dimitri Payet just didn't match the levels from last season, and eventually downed tools and left. It may not be Bilic's fault, but that might not stop him losing his job. Gianfranco Zola. The Chelsea legend has had a shocking start to life at St Andrews, and it's been amplified by the great job Gary Rowett was doing beforehand, which saw him get Birmingham in reach of the playoffs. Since Zola took over, the Blues have slid away from the top 6 and down towards the relegation zone. In a season that started with Birmingham dreaming of the Premier League, they could end up in League One, and then there'll be no chance of Zola keeping his job. And finally, Arsene Wenger. The pressure has been on Wenger for what seems like years, and while he technically won't be sacked, with his contract due to expire in the summer, the Frenchman could finally leave the Emirates if he does not sign a new deal. A very vocal portion of the Arsenal fans want to see the back of the man who brought them 3 Premier League titles, and that portion of fans seems to be growing as Arsenal drift further and further away from top spot, and there's even a danger they may not even finish in the top 4 this season. So those are our 6 managers who could be sacked at the end of the season. Let us know of any more in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.